Go with the flow.
To the Crimson Wave.
Welcome.
Today our guest is
Robby Hoffman.
Really? Wow, that is some guess.
Robby Hoffman.
Per usual, your host here is Natalie Norman.
Jess Beaulieu.
And our lovely guest hails all the way from Montreal, now living in Toronto.
She lives in Toronto, yeah.
Right.
She didn't fly here
maybe she
for
flew.
The podcast or take a bus or whatever.
I didn't know.
Natalie, have to sit a little closer.
Yeah, you gotta...
Natalie picked me up.
From middle nowhere, it sounds like.
Hooppetsville.
Yeah.
In Hoodsville.
You have Hooppetsville.
Oh, boy.
We're getting into
they're going to be...
Whenever I'm around Robby, I become 100 times more Jewy.
Yeah, you really do. Already.
Yeah.
That's weird since I'm not Jewish.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Robby is a comedian. She has a lovely web series. And a lovely setting. Like, one of the settings is in a church or a shul?
Yeah, we try and do it in religious settings to keep with the theme of the material.
And
that's pretty funny.
What else should we say about it? She was in Women in Comedy Festival, right?
Sure, yeah. That's
You were there in Boston?
In Boston.
I was there too.
Oh, wow.
When? Last year?
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years in a row?
3 years, yeah.
Why didn't I see you there last year?
You know what it is? I think you were avoiding me.
No.
No. I don't know why you didn't see me.
I don't know why we didn't see each other. That's weird. I would have hung out. We would have hung out.
Different shows.
Yeah.
Different shows.
Different shows.
What else do you want us to say about you? What other lovely
What else?
things? She's hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing. We bonded last night.
We did.
Really for the first time, I'd say.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't like you.
Right.
Whoa.
I mean,
it got heated
subtext
fast.
in that, right, guys?
Right.
But I feel last night we bonded. We were on a show together. Didn't happen. No audience. Classic Toronto comedy scene. But we had a beer, talked shop.
Yeah.
And more importantly, Robby has her period right now.
I've been wearing a tampon for 12 hours.
That's really not good.
Is that too long? What
did
I say?
Are you crazy?
Oh.
And also, this is the first time that we've recorded an episode where I have my period.
I do not have my period. I feel like
It came early.
As usual, your girls are out, Natalie. Thank you.
Really
breasts.
Yeah,
those are the girls.
they're always out.
They're really out tonight.
It's because I'm ovulating.
Oh, because they're bigger.
She's never lonely because they're always with her.
Yeah,
but keeping her warm.
When I ovulate, my breasts get huger.
I don't even know what ovulating means. I don't know that I paid attention during sex ed.
Do you never feel before, a week before or 10 days before your period that all of a sudden you get a mood swing or something?
No, I don't feel that at all.
Ovulating is just the eggs flushing out. Is that not it?
My life is just so full of anxiety. I don't know if anxiety is from my period. I don't know what it is. I can't attribute it.
If you're always anxious, probably
you couldn't tell.
Right, you can't tell.
Well, all I know is that at 10 days prior to this, I knew I was ovulating because I started crying.
She did.
On the streetcar, and I was like, oh, I'm ovulating.
But you're always
crying.
You cry, you can see an old lady across the street and you're bawling, you're in tears.
Yeah, but this was a sob, a hard sob.
For no reason.
Are we going to darker places than we should be for this comedy podcast?
No, this is what we like. We want realness.
Okay.
The most open, yeah.
And I was wearing a baby tampon. And what I mean by a baby tampon is the smallest tampon possible that I'm pretty sure I almost lost it in my uterus.
The OB...
in your
tampon,
uterus.
the one
I think it
would have had to travel real far out.
Well, by accident, put it really deep.
Again, the uterus is also a very vague thing for me. I know it's somewhere. I don't really pay attention. I've never been on the pill. I've never had to, keep schedule. I know about an hour before my period, I get cramps, and I know I'm getting my period. That's it. It's a total shock every time it happens.
Every month, right?
Yeah, I don't even know if it's every month. I can't even remember when it was.
You don't know what?
I'm always
don't know? You sound like an 85-year-old grandma. You're like, I don't even know when it is.
That's
I really don't remember when it was.
Okay, well, this is going to be interesting asking you these questions.
You're not gonna have any answers.
Okay, well maybe.
Well, hope something gets triggered. Yeah. We're gonna be talking for half an hour, for God's sake. Okay. How old were you when you got it? Do you remember?
March 9th.
You do. What?
2000.
Actually?
That is so exact. 2000.
My great uncle's birthday. This is what happens. I was in Jeff Karp's 13. I'm in Jeff Karp's
that makes sense.
Jewish history class.
That sounds so far away. Sorry, go ahead.
I have a pain I've never experienced. Jeff Karp, our teacher at the time, who would give Tic Tacs out, and if the shorter your skirt was, the more Tic Tacs you got.
That's creepy.
That kind of
That's
teacher.
That's disgusting. The Tic Tacs, though, why?
I don't know. It was just like added to his like
pervy.
Yeah, his. Well, he agenda. Wasn't. I don't even want to say that because he was great.
Yeah,
right. But he pulled up a chair and I was just like, resting my, lifting my legs on the chair, and it was super awkward. And then I got home and my mother's screaming. I'm in the bathroom, just like haven't gotten yet, but still cramps. And I'm like, I think I have to go to the washroom and make number 2 or whatever.
You could say poo.
I can't, but you can.
You need to take a big shit.
And I hear from the kitchen, cake! My mother is everyone needs to come downstairs to get cake for my great uncle's birthday.
Oh.
Cake! Kids, there's cake, girls, boys.
You should mention that you're the 7th of 10 children.
Right.
You have 9 siblings?
Yes.
That's nuts! I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I have 9 siblings.
Holy fuck!
So when they're saying girls and boys, everyone
right.
So what happened?
So my mother's like doing the count, like doesn't want to do the candles until all 10 of us are there, and it's like girls and I'm on the toilet.
Holy
and I'm screaming, do it without me! Just have the cake! Just save me a piece! Which of course is impossible in my family. Like you snooze, you lose. Like there isn't an extra piece. So, and then my mother came in and I had just gotten my period, I think. I don't know if it was on the toilet. It was somewhere around and I got my period and she was like, oh my, we're going to have the cake. I'll do that.
So they went and ate the cake still?
Right.
And left you bleeding in the bathroom.
Right. And then I was like, fine. And my older sister, Chaya, is amazing. She was like, she's still to this day the biggest diva I know. But it was like 5 minutes after I got my period and she's like, my family calls me Pip. It's just like, Pip, come into the bathroom. I'm going to give you a lesson. I'm like, okay. So I walk into the bathroom. My older sister, who's like 17, I want to say, like just a woman, has her leg up on the toilet with a tampon in one hand and pops it in front of me. She's like, you're wearing tampons. That's how you do it.
She shoved it in?
No, she was doing it to herself. I'm watching.
I missed horrified. Part of the story. Okay, sorry.
I'm watching horrified.
Right.
Like, I barely have boobs. I don't even know how I got my period. Like, it happened. Like, I don't even know if I have pubic hair. Like, I wasn't.
You must have.
I don't even remember what it was, but all I remember is she had pubic hair and lots of it. And she was just like, I couldn't even, like, the fact that there was a hole deep enough, like the whole thing was just so crazy to me, and it was just, to this day it's very traumatizing, even though I use tampons all the time. Every time I put a tampon in, which is often enough, I see my sister Chaya with her leg up on the toilet popping one in.
So you've never worn a pad?
No, I did. I always slept with them. For sure, but like Chaya was having none of it. Like she would like oversee my period and like ask me if I had it, and if I was in a pad, she'd be like, "You're disgusting," and shove me into the bathroom with a tampon.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But that's awesome, and it's nice that she cared that much.
Right.
To instruct you.
Yeah.
I guess.
Was that a tradition she passed to all your sisters?
No, I don't know. I think she just got. I don't know what happened with my little sisters. But I think she just took it upon herself to teach me this one great life lesson and then moved on from teaching.
I love that when you said you were shocked that there was a hole so deep that it could fit. That's true, right? You ever think of, like, when I first started putting, when the penis first went in there, I was like, this is insanity. Because when you first started using it, nothing can go in, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you struggled with it. I did, that's for sure.
Right, no,
Did you struggle at first?
Of course. I was like, it's not going to happen. I was like, maybe yours is deeper.
Yeah.
Maybe you have. Maybe I gotta grow.
Yeah, her bush
Yours
is bigger, her
obviously
hole is deeper. Yeah.
Like, look at me and look at you. You're a woman. I'm a child.
Well, you are a woman now.
Right, and now it goes deep.
So wait, so your mother knew. Did you tell your younger sisters?
Everybody knew because my mother is not like... we grew up with a single mom, so by the time I had my period, it was just my mom raising us.
And your mom raised 10 children?
Yeah, and my mom would like just go do these pharmacy runs 2 or 3 times a week, depending on what we needed. But she would like announce that she was going to the pharmacy and then be like, I'm getting pads for Pip and tampons, and who else needs something? And it's like my 5 brothers are there, and it's just like, oh God.
So what was all your brother's reactions? Because you have a bunch of older ones and a bunch of younger ones.
Like, there's no reaction to anything in my family with my brothers grew up with 5 sisters. I grew up with 5 brothers. Like, we both know like everything about both sexes, and it's just like, I can't
believe this.
There isn't anything.
I think that's kind of nice.
It's incredible. What a amazing family. You can't believe your mom raised 10 children.
Yeah, well, quasi. I mean, we're still... She got through it. Raise is a very loose term.
She got through it!
Has your period ever been late? But I feel like for you don't track your period.
I don't know. I have no idea if it's been late. I imagine. I've never been worried as a lesbian if I'm pregnant.
Right.
Oh, I have one story. When you asked me to have a story.
You want to tell it now?
Do we do the story now?
Shoot, yeah.
Here's the story.
Why not? Go for it.
Okay, so... I was in, I want to say my first year at McGill, and I didn't get my period for like 6 months. I had also been working. I'd been working like a dog, like I worked through school like most of us, and I just didn't get my period. And it's just like, I started tracking it because I literally couldn't remember the last time I got my period, and then like 4 months had gone by, and I estimated an extra. Anyway, it was like 6 months, no period.
Huh.
So I made an appointment with my doctor, and my friend Melissa drove me to the appointment, and I was like, I call her Malay. I was like, Malay, like, what if I've been, like, what if I'm the Virgin Mary? Like, I have the like the Jesus is reborn out of me. Like you know that I'm a lesbian. You know I haven't slept with any men.
Yeah.
Okay, would you believe me? Like, let's say I come back from the doctor, he's like, you're pregnant. Would you believe me, or would you think that, I had gone out on some crazy night?
You're the last person to ever sleep with a man.
Right. Okay. So
were you insulted by that?
Kind of. I don't know why.
Why? It's not because that you can't. It's because you wouldn't want to.
No, I wouldn't. I've discovered even recently in like my most recent relationship just how much of a lesbian I am.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually shocking to me. I'm like, why do I love... Like,
why?
Because it's so like, I'm so into women.
That's great.
Crazy. Yeah. So, anyway, I was like, would you believe me, Melissa? And she's like, no, I would think, like, I would admit you. Like, I'd have you admit it, like, if that was the case, And I really thought for a few days there that I was preparing to hold Jesus. No, like, I was thinking, like, how Moses was asked by God to do this big thing and lead the Jews out of Egypt and do that whole like mission, and he really wasn't in a place in his life to do that, but he had to man up.
So you felt like you were the next Messiah.
I felt like I really couldn't take another thing. Like, I had been working and like I had exams, and you were just like, you're broke, you're a student, and I'm like, I cannot believe that now I'm expected to raise Jesus on top of it all.
That's what you were concerned about, the financial worry. You were like, I can't believe all these other things I have to do.
Like, Jesus has become a burden.
I love how you were so practical about it. You were like, I'm not ready.
Went to the doctor.
So I had the most amazing doctor. He basically, he did a physical. I was in the robe, and then he did like a 10-minute physical, and then he was like, come to my office after, get dressed and come to my office. And I went to his office, and he spoke to me for a half hour. Like, out of his, like, there was a million patients, and he was just the most patient man, most professional person I've ever met. And he spoke to me for a half hour about what I do, what my worries are, what my curriculum is like, what my job is like, all these things, and just really had helped me process a lot of the stuff in my life. and the next day I got my period.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
It was like the most cathartic. I just hadn't stopped to analyze my life for a second.
That's so fucking cool.
So nothing else was wrong with you. It was just purely like
just
stress.
stress.
He knew to talk to me. He was like, let's just like run through your life. Let's just like categorize what's happening in your life. And the next day I got my period.
Was it a heavy period?
I don't remember, but I called Melissa. I was like, you'll never believe it. But and then the dream of raising Jesus had died.
Yeah,
because I at this point had worked up
destiny.
Yeah.
to a point where I thought, okay, I could do this. Fine. Like, it's not ideal, but I'm gonna pull
You
through.
didn't genuinely think
and I'm
that.
gonna
Did
give
you
I genuinely thought that.
That's no, I can't.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I feel like a lot of girls feel that way when they're a virgin and they miss a period. I feel like that's the first thought that comes to my head.
I thought that I could impregnate myself
You thought you could impregnate yourself?
I just thought sometimes when I hadn't had sex yet, because I didn't lose my virginity until 21. So before that, if my period was late, I'd think, you know what? Maybe there's a way that I somehow
and
impregnated myself.
And that way was God.
Was God.
Sometimes
but I was already thinking soccer lessons for baby Jesus.
For baby Jesus.
Like, I don't know. I was thinking,
Would you have named the baby Jesus?
No, his name, he would have been named. He would have been Jesus.
Yeah, I guess. Did Mary name him? No. Did she?
She named him.
Did she name him?
I don't know.
I don't know. I think she did name him, actually.
No, but I was like, what does Jesus do until he becomes Jesus? I have, like, so many lessons to go. Like, what if he's into skating? I can't really be with him then. I can't skate. Like, I hope he's into, into things I can be supportive of.
You're not supportive of skating?
No, but, like, I'm not going to be on the ice there. I can barely balance on the ice. Anyway. Next question.
Do you get PMS?
Like, it's hard for me to objectively answer that. I think you'd have to ask people I was around. I presume I do.
Yeah.
Does it manifest in a bitchy way? Probably not. Probably I get impatient because I think that
I feel like you're already so impatient.
Right, and then my inclination when anything's wrong, it's like I become snappy and impatient. But not, I don't know.
And it correlates with your period?
I don't know that it does.
You don't know, because you don't even know.
Right, like I could just be stressed from other things.
Yeah.
But no, I've had like major, like I don't cry a lot.
Yeah.
And so once I didn't cry for like a year. And
you didn't cry for a whole year?
Yeah, and I was very worried about that.
That I would be worried about that.
No, because I didn't
cry.
Well,
you cry every day. I cry every day almost too.
I didn't cry for a whole year.
Wow.
But then I had exams again at McGill, like very traumatic period.
All this happened while at McGill during exams.
Not a good life at McGill. It was a great time in my life.
You shouldn't believe any of your own thoughts during exams at McGill because it seems
And then I hadn't cried for like a year, and then I finished exams, and I walked out of my last exam for that semester, and I remember just like this euphoric feeling that you get when you finish a semester.
Yes, it's the best.
And then I just started bawling.
Out of happiness.
It was just a huge release. Like, I was crying, like, an insane amount. In Malay, my friend came to meet me. She was driving me home. She was like, what is wrong with you? Like, she was already smoking her after-exam cigarette. I'm just like, she's, like, shooing me into the bathroom. She's, like, horrified.
And you had your period this time, where you don't know.
But I don't know. It could have been that.
It could have been that. Could have been anything. Wow. All right.
Have you ever leaked?
All the time.
Yeah?
It's probably happening now.
You think you're leaking on that
on my chair?
I could be leaking
onto my white
No, who doesn't leak?
Chair?
I mean...
I don't know.
I leak.
I think some people are just really good at, like, changing their tampons. And, like...
I can be good. Like, I had, like... In recent years, I haven't had an embarrassing situation, and I don't wear white pants to begin with, so I think I'm fine.
You don't wear white pants? You don't?
No.
My God.
I wear 3 pairs of pants.
You wear dark
and
pants.
3 pairs of underwear.
No.
Do you actually?
No, I wear 3 different kinds of pants.
Oh, 3 different kinds of pants.
Well,
you meant
3 pairs.
3 pairs at the same time.
No.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
That's why I said 3 pairs of underwear at the same time.
Oh, okay.
You corrected her, yeah. I wear a pair of leggings under my pants during the winter, so that's why I thought. Anyway.
So no crazy leaks.
No crazy leaks?
Regular leakage.
Ever? No crazy leak stories?
Yeah, like I've leaked.
What's the most embarrassing place you've leaked? Do you remember?
none. It's hard for me to be embarrassed by things like that.
Yeah. I feel like, you don't get embarrassed. Like, I've leaked everywhere.
I get embarrassed about bathroom stuff. Like, I can't even say number 2, what you said before.
Yeah,
I'm super private about that stuff. Even with people, like, I'm super close. Like, I'm private with that stuff. But period, I'm not.
You're private with bathroom.
Yeah, like, I don't.
Activities.
Right. Like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I just say.
Why?
I don't know.
You realize it all still comes out of the same area,
I don't like to talk
too,
about it. I find that, it's just.
No, but like the piss and the blood is close, you know.
I know, I'm private with my bathroom stuff, but no, my period is the exception.
I feel like I'm making you uncomfortable even saying.
No, not. I'm not.
I should take a sip of the whiskey.
Yeah, the whiskey that you've given her.
She told me, so tell me what you do when you get cramps, though.
I get terrible cramps.
Yes, okay.
You do?
Terrible.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, some years it's bad that I take off, like, whatever I'm working on, like, I'll take a full day.
Yeah, I do that, yeah.
Yeah. But, I'm not opposed, to exceeding the daily limitations listed on the back of Tylenol, Advil, Motrin, Aleve bottles.
You say that like you're so proud. You're like,
no, it's just
I am not afraid to receive.
Because I feel like it's a taboo. Like, I'm not, like, over medicating. I think that their limits are not realistic.
Because I feel when I pop like 12 Tylenol a day, I am loopy beyond control. I really like, because when I get period cramps, it's usually when I'm pop like a million painkillers in a day, and I find when I've hit my max, I'm.
Yeah, like, that first day is always the toughest, but.
You just keep going?
I don't know. I've taken 3 with Diet Coke before. If you take it with a fizzy drink.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is I don't drink soft drinks a lot, but if there's a Coke near or a ginger ale or anything fizzy, when you take the pills, they immediately dissolve in your mouth, and I find that helpful.
That's a great tip, because I would have never thought to do that. And you know what? It's funny.
Yeah.
I was thinking about what you said, and I told my mom, and my mom goes, "That's genius." She goes, "Yeah, it helps. Caffeine really helps dissolve and makes the painkillers work better."
It's instant. It becomes like, it's not a pill, it's a liquid now that you've just taken. I just feel like it hits quicker. Like, I don't have 20 minutes of kicking time sometimes. They're like, quick relieving, 20 minutes. I'm like, I don't have that kind of time.
You need immediate.
Yeah.
And you'll take like over 8.
I probably do, but I also I stay up a long day. Sometimes I'm up, I'm not like getting a full 8 hours, so I'm up from like
never.
A lot of times I do, but what about the days that I don't?
Yeah.
So they're like, per day. I'm like, well, maybe they're thinking this person goes to bed at 9, which makes sense. But what if a person goes to bed at midnight or 1? then I increase it incrementally by those hours. Okay, I do the math.
So it's still safe.
I try and be safe, but I'm like, come on, 8 a day of Aleve. They lost their mind.
Aleve?
Yeah, Aleve isn't. That's that.
Isn't Aleve the same as Novoproxen?
Have you ever gotten a prescription for this? Have you told your doctor about your?
No, because it's ebbs and flows. Sometimes, no pun intended. It's up and down for me.
Up and down. Wow, you should really talk to your doctor about this though, because if they're that intense, he probably prescribe you some.
No, sometimes they're not intense at all, though. This period's been easy. So.
Well, you can save them for the future.
Right.
I wonder if you took a Tylenol 3 for your period.
No, I won't. The thing is I don't like to take crazy things. I want to keep it. I want to keep the regular Tylenol or Motrin, but I like to exceed the dosage. That's my jam.
You like that?
That's your jam.
Exceeding the dosage. Okay, cool.
So you're a lesbian.
Whoa,
I said it.
Lesbians,
with your past relationships, did you ever find you sunk up with your girlfriends, like periods at the same time?
No, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No idea. None. Maybe not.
Great.
End of cut. That answer is.
You would have never known.
It was an answer. Yeah, I mean, you don't remember.
I have no idea. I'm not interested. I don't care.
You're not interested.
No, I'm not interested.
You must know.
I don't
You must know. So do you have sex? Do you fool around when you're on your period? Do you do anything?
Yes.
So you must know when you're both on your period, though.
I can't remember, but probably it's happened. Like, my period is not a thing to me.
At all.
Like, I hook up. Of course I hook up with my period. Like, this is a hookup. Like,
some people don't like it.
This was literally last night.
Yeah, you're right. She
with my
did.
ex,
She told me she's still hooking up with her ex. She talked about it
but like,
many times last night.
But like, yes.
Kept bringing it up, running around the bar.
Because our phone didn't have reception.
Yeah, your phone didn't have reception. She had to go outside, hook up with the ex, and the ex.
No, Vicky. Anyway. But, like, we're hooking up, and this is how it goes all the time. And we're hooking up, and I realize that blood's involved. Like, you look down, and you see blood, and whatever you're doing. And then it's like you look at each other, and you have a moment like, I'm like, fuck, there's blood. And then if she says it's okay, you continue doing what you were doing.
Yeah.
It's always, and then it's just a blip. It's not even a thing.
But some people are very uncomfortable with it.
Like, it's just because I date women, so they get it.
Yeah,
they
get
have
it. But some women even are uncomfortable with it.
I have not.
Like, straight women don't want to have sex with men while they're on their period as well.
Right, because maybe men don't understand. But we both get, being in a lesbian relationship, we both have our period. Like,
so you've never encountered a woman who was like, no, I'm not sleeping with you. I don't want to do this now because I have my period.
If she has her period and she doesn't want to do something, fine.
Yeah.
If I have my period and I want to do something, I'm going to do it. If it's
Wait, what?
No, like, if she's uncomfortable to do something because she has her period, that's fine. But I never feel uncomfortable when I have my period.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
You never feel uncomfortable.
No, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, like, as if I don't have my period. I just don't treat it as a thing.
Right.
That's a nice way to think about it, though.
Yeah.
Because we've spoken to other lesbian couples who are like, you know, we'll do things, but it's a little less interactive.
No. I will pull out whatever tampon needs to be pulled out. I will, whatever Diva cup. I don't what you
with your teeth. You'll just rip out that Diva cup.
Whatever we do.
Here's a question. Do you find that you encounter a lot of Diva cups?
No.
No.
My current ex put a Diva. I wore a Diva cup for, I want to say, a half a minute. It was very painful.
Really?
Oh, I've never
would like to do
so
it.
I don't know.
But just the learning curve for it, I think, is going to be too intense for me. So
it's a really big learning curve.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, I know. I've heard that.
And you buy your tampons at the dollar store.
No, I don't. I got these free from my ex.
Oh, so you get them for free? You steal them from the ex that you were hooking.
My ex uses. I don't
this
want
is why
to
you
be
hook
about
up with
this.
the exes because
okay, I don't want this to be about the ex. Okay,
Okay, well,
hey. Have you ever seen a movie or read a book or seen a scene from a television show or something about periods that sticks with you? Can you think of anything?
Yeah. Hey, are you there, God? It's me, Margaret.
Yeah, I've never read this book.
Oh my God, you should read it.
So tell us about that, because I don't read it.
Yeah, what is... You don't read at all. Natalie's never read a book in her life.
This is probably good for you to read, actually. I think, it's written for 13-year-old girls. I think it's very fitting.
Oh, perfect. I love it.
Yeah, Nata's perfect. Yeah.
No, I think the book is written before modern pads have come into the world. So the pad was like this belt apparatus.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's all I remember from it. It's just like how I guess everybody like at that age at 13, people were really like nervous about their period or curious about it or wanted it, and I just was indifferent to it. I just wasn't worried when nothing
about your period, just generally.
Yeah, like I read that. I thought it was cool that there was a belt involved.
This is a fashion accessory.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure.
It's so funny because we've had other people come on the podcast and be like, and there was a belt, it was horrible, and you're like, that was so cool, there was a belt.
I wonder how it worked. Was it like a diaper, but with like...
Did you go to Hebrew day school? I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah, no, I did. We had like minor sex ed. I don't know what it was, but I think it was mostly just coloring. I don't know how much they went into things.
Like coloring books of breasts and
vaginas? They're like, the Hebrew teacher doubled as your sex ed teacher.
Oh, that's so uncomfortable.
That is
it's
so
like
uncomfortable.
Suddenly Hebrew ended. It's like, okay, we talk about body. And you're like, what?
We talk about body.
And it's like, I don't know, it's just very strange.
See, because I didn't go to Hebrew school, and in my school, from grades 4 to 6, they taught us about, sexuality. Mm-hmm. And then I remember even grades 7 and 8 and 9, they still taught us more. And
you were curious.
Well, not that I was curious, that was part of the curriculum. And our teacher was our gym teacher, had to teach us health science as well.
Oh.
And it was great. She was fucking amazing.
Wow.
She had this book that she had, and she would hand it out, and she would have all these beautiful diagrams, and she would show these videos. Everyone knew everything about your period. How could you not? You've been learning about it for 60 years.
Wow.
But this is the thing. You had an older sibling. No one ever talked to you about it before that?
Like, it wasn't unknown to me. It just wasn't, I just dealt with it. Like, as it happened, like, it was a very easy learning curve for me. I got it. My sister popped in a tampon. I kind of went along with the whole thing. And then, like, waited another 3 months for it to happen and just did that thing again.
3 months?
3 months?
Yeah, in the beginning, I wasn't regular for, like, a year or something.
Weird.
Yeah, when you first get your period, I think your body...
You're very irregular, right?
Not now. Now I'm
now you don't
regular.
even know. You don't even know.
So the fact that I never remember keeps me regular, I think.
You know what? You're the first person that we've had on that went to summer camp.
What? People don't go to camp?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
So, but this is where it comes in. How was your period at summer camp? You know, being 13, you're one of the older girls, I imagine, who got their period. What was it like? Do you remember?
What do you mean when I say older?
Well, you were 13. I imagine you were how I don't know what the average age for someone to get their period
I think
is.
it's 13.
Yeah, I think it's around 13.
Okay,
yeah.
so were you one of the first? Were you one in the middle?
I was probably in the middle. It was not... My period was not a big event for me.
But at summer camp, was it like everyone
No.
sharing tampons?
She's not gonna give in.
I was private with it, probably. Like, I'm not sharing tampons. I mean, I wasn't... Like, everybody at camp, I love camp. I think it's the greatest. I think I went to camp since 7. I think another 7-year-old ought to live with another 7-year-old and talk about 7-year-old things. I think it's important. I think as you get older, it's amazing. It's just a village of kids. It's amazing. I probably, just as I was with anything else at that time, I used to be very private about my body. I grew up religious. A lot of girls showered together. Well, you kind of were forced to because the curtains were always in.
Yeah, same at my camp.
Like, there was always like a very botched bathroom shower situation at camp, depending on what unit you were in. And but I would wait for most of shower time to be over so I could have some semblance of privacy, even if the shower was freezing, just because I didn't like to be naked in front of other people. And not because I had I always felt fine about my body. I never even thought about my body. It was like, I've never like thought about I didn't as a teenager think about what my body looked like. And my period was no different. It was another physical thing that was just fine. I was completely indifferent to it. It was not something that wasn't a topic that I spent any time talking about, which a lot of girls or a lot of friends did. I'm happy to listen and join in, but I never thought too much about these things. And whereas girls would share and share.
I'm just picturing like 13-year-old Robby at this camp, and these girls are like, I got my period. And you're like, all right, well, you know.
Yeah,
cool.
like I guess if somebody asked me for an extra tampon, I would have given it. But I probably was just like, I probably made no mention of when I got my period, but not because I was specifically holding back information, just because I was so indifferent to it.
So indifferent?
That's so weird. It's just such a, like for me, it's just such a part of who I am, because I got it at such a young age.
Why did you get it?
I was 10.
6!
I could picture
She was born with it. Yeah, she was born
I could picture
bleeding.
myself getting it at 6, and I still remember it very vividly when I got my period. I don't remember the date like you. Like, that's crazy that you remember the date.
Because it was my great uncle's birthday and my mother was yelling cake.
Yeah, well, if someone had yelled cake while I was putting in a pad, I think I would have remembered the date too.
Yeah.
Cake!
And it was a big deal in my family. Like, I grew up with 3 older sisters,
Right.
not as many as you, but it's something we always talked about.
You have more. I only had 2 older sisters.
Right. So someone was always having their period.
Right.
Like, it was just periodness all the time.
Your dogs.
My dogs, you don't know this, but my dogs are not spayed.
Oh my god.
So they also have their period.
Yeah, there's a lot of period.
Why aren't the
in
dogs
Natalie's
spayed?
house.
It ruins their personality, my mother says.
Oh my god. So it's just blood everywhere in the house?
Well, not anymore. I've talked about this. They've gone through menopause.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Actually, it's beautiful in a way.
Menopause is so open in my house too. Like nothing in my family, as we were all, I think, private in the public world, but within the house, all very open.
Yeah.
About everything. And like even my mother would say, like she'd be really stressed one night putting down the meatloaf or something and be like, sorry kids, I'm just starting to go through menopause. And we're like, what? Like horrified. Like, what does that even mean? Or like my mother would be like, I'm sorry kids, I got my period. And we're like, what? She's like, I'm just gonna take a long bath if you don't mind. We're like, please. Oh my God,
Please.
God.
I have to tell you this. The other day, I'm in my house, and my mom starts screaming, whose tampon is this? It was a rat tampon, and she goes, whose tampon is this in my bathroom? I've gone through menopause. I do not want to see these things ever again, and throws it at us.
Why are you still at home, Natalie?
That's another issue.
Yeah, it's
for another podcast.
That's a different podcast. Why are you still at home? The podcast.
Well, she has the car. Things make sense right now.
Yes.
Do you have any period traditions? No, I guess not. You don't.
Tradition?
Like, I don't know, when you get your period, you do
you eat a
anything?
piece of
Do you
chocolate?
eat anything? You have cravings.
I don't like chocolate.
Okay, well, great. What about other foods?
No, I eat
You
what
eat
I
regular.
normally eat.
You don't get affected. You don't crave it. You drink more. Now you like to
I
drink.
Often.
You just
enough.
always drink. Yeah.
Right.
And then not more or less. Do you ever drink more to kill the pain?
No.
All right. What other questions do we got here? Do you like, I don't know, do you go to the movies when you get your period?
No.
Nothing.
Do you lie a towel down?
No.
Lay a towel down because you're leaking?
No, I
guess?
don't have a bad thing.
Do you have more sex? Or you feel sexier? Are you
No.
hornier?
I'm always horny.
You're always horny?
Yes.
See, this is why we get along so well.
Yeah, so
I feel like
I'm always horny too.
yeah, the three of us. I feel like I've learned so much about Robbie for the last 2 days.
No,
we have
that's
like
intensive.
we like the same book. Our favorite book is the
Yeah.
same. We're both
Yeah.
horny all the time.
Yeah.
Robbie's a Sagittarius.
Robbie's that
Are
makes
you?
so much sense. No, we're
Does it make
Cancer.
sense?
Like this
Oh,
one.
okay.
That's what we get along. Yeah, it makes sense to your personality. I
Really?
think. Yeah.
No, your personality, you're such a... This has nothing to do with the podcast.
That's okay. Well, the fact that you're talking about your period not affecting you emotionally, and you're just going like last night, you were like, I like to be consistent, and you're kind of just always emotionally consistent. I feel most of the time. Is that true?
Right. I think that people think I'm heated and emotional. Often I'm very expressive.
Yes, but
And
it's different.
but I'm consistent in my I don't know, crazy emotions.
Fair enough. It's better to be consistent in that than all of a sudden have a mood swing.
Yeah, not like cancers. We're just consistently inconsistent.
Right.
Are
you guys just gonna snap on me?
Yeah, right. Any moment. Oh yeah, I'll probably.
There's a good chance that I'll
sob as
cry
soon
after
as you
this.
leave. Oh, right.
Are you guys gonna stop?
And
I'm
then
not
we'll
going
punch
to
each
people
other in the
crying.
face,
Like I'm
yeah.
not. Like I can tap.
You never
your
cry.
shoulder.
When's the last time you cried?
No, I
This
do
is
cry.
weekend.
I do cry. I'm
You
saying
do.
that I had that 1 year. Like I don't cry all the time. I don't cry. Like I'm not just like crying.
This is why
Like,
you get so much stuff done.
Something devastating needs to happen.
Yeah, I need to cry over little things.
Oh, I cry over everything. The devastating, not non-devastating.
I think that's healthy. Like
Yeah.
I would like sometimes I just
This is
I'm
what
thinking like, oh, you should be crying. Everybody's crying, so
No,
you
you
should
shouldn't
just
be-
do it.
You shouldn't
And
be
but
doing
I
anything.
can't do it.
Just do it. Force yourself.
I can't do it.
Let's end it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, thank you for
Thanks.
being here,
Thank you.
Robbie.
This has been.
Wait,
wow.
she has a Facebook page.
Great, Robby
Right? Do you have a
Hoffman.
Facebook page?
Yeah, I do. But Twitter,
Twitter. What's your Twitter handle?
I am Robby Hoffman. I am ROBBY
Yeah.
HOFFMAN.
Here you go. Check
And
her out.
YouTube. Check out the show, Comedy in Biblical Proportions.
Check out the YouTube.
Yeah, it's youtube.com/RobbyHoffman1.
Robbie Hoffman 1.
Yeah.
And you have a website that they can go visit, or your
Yeah, it's not updated, so let's just hold it on that. Yeah. let's just hold it on
Okay, well,
Great.
We loved having you. Thank you so much,
that.
and
Being here.
Ovulator.
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 Okay.
Ovulator. Great.
Go with the flow.